Good evening. We are going to start the regular town board meeting, which is today, December 15th, 2025. It is 6:30 PM. We are at the Forestville Town Hall at 7701 County H, Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin. Roll call.
Kevin Gillett,
Here.
David Samuels,
Here.
Lauren Eager,
Here.
Tina Schmidt, here, Teresa Clahach, here. We also have Larry Huber, Jan Gillett, and Jason Clahach.
All right, we do the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Verification of public notice.
The notice was posted on our town website, at our town hall, and in the clerk's office.
Okay. Agenda presentation. I think this was mailed out a little while ago. Anybody see anything that wants corrections or changes? If not, then
I do not. I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
I second. I have a motion from Lauren to approve agenda as presented and a second from David. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, that will carry. Approval of meeting minutes from November 17th and November 21st. Meeting, those were sent out ahead of time. Did anybody see any corrections or changes they wanted to on those?
The only question I had, is, did we talk about changing the park improvements to a different name? Or was I dreaming that?
For the fund, I think,
That's on
I think that,
Maplewood Park Project is what we're gonna call it.
yeah, so it was being
Yeah.
changed from revitalization.
it's in the minutes of the special meeting.
Yeah.
Right,
We did not talk about that at the special,
Okay,
but it is in the minutes.
Yeah,
oh, so, it was, 'cause I didn't see it in the regular meeting, so,
in this one. we
And that's
talked
what it
about
was?
it. Yeah, you're right.
okay.
so now you're calling just Maplewood Park project?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna change it to.
So,
To the.
Maplewood Park project, okay.
to make a change on the website?
What do we have on the
What's
website?
the-
I think
what's
we have
the-
Maplewood Park Project on the website.
I think that's just your internal.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
for us, to
Right.
keep our accounts straight.
Yeah, so I'm.
That's it. Okay,
Yeah,
That, it's our website, and it's Robert Ballin Memorial,
Right, and that's what I think we still wanted at.
yeah, and that's what's out there.
Oh, well, it says. The account in QuickBooks for the park will be changed from revitalization of Robert Bauman Memorial
that's.
to the Maplewood Park project.
Oh,
That's what it
that's
says.
from a county perspective.
Right, correct.
Yeah.
Just in QuickBooks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That should matter.
That makes sense.
Then, I move to approve the minutes from the November 17th and November 21st meetings. I'll second.
All right, I have a motion from David to approve the meetings from November 17th and the 21st, and a second from Lauren. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, it'll carry. Treasurer's report?
in the account checking, we have $2,713.26. In money market, we have $59,345.72. The broadband account, we have $15,650. The CD, the fire department escrow is $144,017.41. The cemetery account is $15,483.65. The LGIP general is $300,454.46. We have $500 in the Maplewood Park project, and the WPS escrow has $2,100. So why the checkbook is a little higher is because we have a visa that comes out like on the 18th, which was $1,278.88. And then one of the streetlights of $252.75 will come out on the 17th or 18th too.
What is the maturity date on the fire department escrow on the CD? Do you know offhand?
We just renewed it in May. And I think it was 6 months, I believe.
Are you asking to tell
I don't know, I'm not sure what it is now that you say that.
them?
No, it's more than 6 months, I think. I think it was 18. Let me look, because I don't, let me find out.
Okay.
It says on it, doesn't
Does it say on a bank account of some sort?
it doesn't tell you.
It's in our bank, Luxembourg bank account, it's on our statement right here.
It doesn't say.
It just says time deposit. 6 month CD, so we have to double check if it's the 6 month.
Oh, yeah, 6 month CD. So,
Well, it might originally been 6 months, maybe it
right, might originally been.
might originally been 6 months.
I will call and find out what it is,
Okay.
and let you know.
I have no further questions. Then make a motion to approve. As reported.
Yeah, second that.
All right, I have a motion from Lauren to approve the treasurer's financial report as presented, and a second by David. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, that will carry. Public comment? Anybody out here have any public comments? Is there anybody online? Okay. Next item is zoning text amendments to chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 12, and 13 of the Door County Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance. Jan, would you like to speak on any of that?
Sure. So as a member, one of the two members on the town's zoning commission, I did take a look, we received these and were able to review it. I think most of what it is, from my understanding, they're updating the language to match the current practices for a lot of things, changing wording from childcare center, from daycare center to childcare center, or things like that. So some of it is definitions. Some of the changes apply to like neighborhood zoning districts, exclusive agricultural, which we have none of in our township, so those we really don't, I think, have any kind of a say on. That would impact our town. They did loosen some restrictions on accessory structures. They increased some restrictions on things, but nothing that was, nothing that I see an issue with, like trade or contractor establishments can't have piles of farm within setbacks or things like that, right? They're calling that more of a structure or a storage area. Keeping places clean, basically. They clarified there were a number of things regarding wetlands. And I can see both sides of it. My only concern, there is a lot of wetland in the town of Forestville. And they are the one main change. So they're in one way, they're allowing some things that are now exempt from the wetland areas, like fences or signs or an ADA ramp if you need that, retaining walls. So that's a good thing. They have changed it so that it used to be previously that if there was a discrepancy between the DNR map and what you felt the wetland boundary was on your property, that you needed to have a DNR agent come out and look at it. They want to change that so that the zoning administrator can make a determination on it without necessarily consulting with the DNR. I can see that that could be a good thing, because I've personally been in situations where we had to wait for a DNR agent, and I know they're short-staffed, so it can set a project and put something up, it can set the project back because you're waiting for someone to just officially come out there and say it. My only reservation might be that, what if would be does the zoning administrator, that they have the final say? I'm assuming that there's still going to be some sort of an appeals process that there would be with any zoning determination. So I would hope that that would still be in place, but that was my only reservation. I don't know if any of you looked at it somewhat or.
Was it- Is it
Maybe I-
accurate that if there is wetlands involved, that the county zoning supersedes any local zoning, right? You can't. My understanding is that any township in the state, whatever, if there's any wetland or shore property, that has to at least go to county zoning, go further down level. That's my understanding. I don't know if that's true.
Yes, so shoreland is, anything shoreland is subject to county level zoning. I'm not sure about wetland,
Yeah.
though. Wetland is more of a DNR thing, so I think typically.
Once you hit shoreland, they have jurisdiction.
And I think you might be right on that with wetlands as well.
Yeah, I think, and I'm certainly not sure, but I thought I remember reading that wetlands and shore property.
Are all subject to county zoning
Yeah,
regardless
regardless
of
of-
whether or not, so like if,
Regardless.
What
of
if there's-
municipality.
I don't know if there's wetlands in the village, but they would be, I wonder if it shows on.
But yeah, the accessory structure requirements section at 312, that's actually some good stuff that, I mean, they're exempting, they've increased the size of sheds with not requiring a permit to 120 square feet and. You can, greenhouses, tent storage, canopy storage, they don't need permits and non-rigid materials on the outside. I mean, it seems like they've loosened some of that, which is good for a
They did,
rural township.
they also, yes, because and they mentioned hunting blinds or things like that, which I don't even think were mentioned before, but yes, before it was 6x6 and now it could be 10x10.
Right.
Which seems,
Nice.
yes, that's a very good thing. They also removed setback requirements for recreation facilities in parks that are managed by municipalities. So if there's a pickleball court going somewhere or bathrooms or playground equipment, we're still subject to certain setbacks, but there used to be additional setbacks regardless of whatever zoning district you were in. So now it's just the standard zoning district setbacks, which might give us a little bit more room for some of the.
There is, I know the question on that 4079, whatever, it says outdoor active recreation facility, particular use requirements. And then there's a definition that playgrounds, clarifying playgrounds are not considered active recreation. That to me seems kind of silly, but I don't know how that fits into this. Eliminating particular use requirements for outdoor active recreation facilities. That sounds good. They're easing it. But then it says that playgrounds are not considered active recreation. So I don't know, that probably should be clarified at this.
I think it just seems, playground's more permanent, where your recreation could be seasonal,
Yeah,
possibly.
but it might have to do with, it says, land use. Supposed to be in the meeting. I was gonna ask that at that meeting.
So let's see, I could be wrong here, show me the back of it. So I believe that, and I can double check on this, I believe that outdoor, so in the particular uses schedule of the zoning code. They're eliminating. Wherever it was, the outdoor active recreation facility, because it falls under other categories. Like, I think it was just redundant as a category of a particular use.
So eliminating just the name.
They're eliminating the name, not necessarily restrictions on that.
Yeah, that's a little unclear apparently about this in the common zone.
I'm quite sure they had the. Yes, so there are a number of outdoor recreational uses that are listed.
Yeah.
Amusement park, golf courses, camping, marinas, parks. So previously they had both outdoor recreation facility and parks. They were two separate lines
Gotcha.
under outdoor recreational use. So
So they're just kind of.
redundancy, they're just
Pushing together.
eliminating, right? lumping it all under parks
Okay, thank you.
at this.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff.
So is there anything that the town needs to do? Do we-
So there is a recommendation, we don't, I mean, we don't need to, but we can submit that just to show that we've looked at it. And we either approve or have concerns. And we really don't have a vote, it's going to the RPC, they're going to make a recommendation to the county board. But we can state that we did look at it. It's just the same thing as you have with a conditional use permit or any kind of zoning amendment. Asking if we support or deny the amendments that are as proposed. It does ask, so it asks the reason, right? They ask if it's consistent with our town's comprehensive plan, which is maybe it's a public comment, but something I might suggest for a future meeting, that we really don't have our own comprehensive plan. But if we did that, so basically we don't have one. And then any concerns or objections or anything that you want to see addressed through modifications to the amendment. If that, for that. So,
And that, gonna be at that January 15th meeting?
yes,
That's
yes.
at public.
So that, which is going to be after that's before the next town board meeting. So if we wanted to submit our opinion on this, if the board wanted to do that, if it needed to be done, so.
Maybe you probably know this, I mean, I called the office and they didn't get back to me, it was right Friday and he put her. But it doesn't say in the note we got the time of the meeting, they're normally at 3, so is this a 3 PM meeting? It says, January 15th, Door County Resource Planning Committee, there's no time. And I looked online and there was,
It's not posted yet.
the posting in the newspaper, if you dig down into like the 3rd or 4th paragraph, it says 3 PM, so there's an answer, I guess, but it's not, you would think.
It's not on the first page, but if you go to like the page right after the recommendation, it says that the hearing will begin at 3 PM to give consideration to this application below. Maybe like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th paragraph down. On the notice of public hearing,
Yeah.
I believe that's
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
good one.
Okay, yeah, no, and I thought it was 3, it's just that if you think that would be in the cover letter, I don't know, but.
Have a search for it a little.
No, thank you.
So do you have a recommendation that you think we should do, or?
My recommendation would be to support it for the most part.
That it seems,
I think it's
seems better for us.
all items that are, like I said, I think a lot of it is just updating the language to catch up with the context.
Yeah, it's a benefit for the zoning, for the accessory structure, so that seems I would.
Yeah.
I would. Think we should.
Yeah, and then, those are the ones, the accessory structures will be the ones that apply to us. I believe now that someone could actually put up a 10 by 10 building, even if they don't have a primary house. I thought that was a good change too. That they just have a property and they want to keep a lawnmower or something to keep the grass cut, right? So allowing a bigger building like that, I think is a good thing.
I think it said like 10 by 12, 120 square feet.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah, 10 by 12. Yeah.
Right, no, so that's a nice change, it's a change for the better, whether it's perfect or not, who knows, but it's a change for the better. Yeah, that's something good, thank you.
Do you feel we should offer a letter of support to this?
Well, I can, if you
Or-
want me to just fill in this little letter, it's basically saying, you can see about the county boards, I know.
Or do we need something on the minutes for that, or do we just authorize Jan to?
Well, it needs
Do it
to
on
be
behalf
signed
of
by
the
the
county?
clerk. So the way that the wording on this goes, which is that this is the standard letter that goes to the RPC. The town board of the town of Forestville held a legally noticed and posted meeting on, today is December 15th.
So what about
It
the
says that,
oversight as far as the wetlands? Do you think anything should be addressed on that at all? For,
I don't think it's necessarily worth mentioning, like I said, that was my only reservation that it, what if whoever the zoning administrator is somewhere doesn't, right? But I think there's still the appeals process with any zoning determination. It's a hassle, but if someone really felt that, that the DNR was gonna be more forgiving than the,
Zoning commission.
than the zoning administrator.
Zoning administrator.
But I don't foresee them reading our comment of saying there should be more oversight or that we want, I don't foresee them. changing it based on town of Forestville.
Okay,
That's just something to note and
But it
like,
does seem to say,
oh, you have it.
Yeah.
It does- we got-
Supported.
it does seem to indicate it says
Signed
it's
it,
by a vote of yea
Send
and
it.
nay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right,
so-
so it is.
well, we gotta make a motion, I guess.
Right, so, I mean, I move to vote for, accepting the zoning amendments, as stated, for the, town of Forestville from the county.
So that you're in favor.
I'm in favor of the amendments as they appear.
Revised
Yes,
amendments.
the revised amendments, yes.
I'll second that, yes.
All right, I have a motion from David,
So,
to accept the zoning amendments as presented. And a second by Lauren. All in favor?
I,
Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, that will carry.
that was a bad wording on that.
Southern Door Fire Department.
All right, our last meeting was last week, Wednesday, December 10th. And the treasurer reported $6,637 and 36 cents in checking. $65,354 and 66 cents in the money market. In CD one. That we have a capital credit union, 55,743 and 92 cents. In CD two, number two, $58,214 and 73 cents. For a grand total of, we call them liquid assets, $185,950 and 67 cents. The chief reported 3 fire calls and 8 EMR calls. Of the fire calls, November 21st, 7673 Old Elm Road for a structure fire. Mobile home is fully engulfed. We received mutual aid from Russell, Zug and Gardner, Sturgeon Bay, Nassau, Algoma and Luxembourg. And Luxembourg Casco stood by at our station. The fire was called in by a passerby. No one was home. Extensive damage to the home believed to have started in the greenhouse area, but unable to pinpoint the exact origin. 4 pets were lost and 1 was saved. Mini excavator was used to remove structural components from the basement area that they could not put out. December 4th, 7055 West Carnet Road for a single vehicle rollover. No injuries, provided traffic control. A young guy with his brand new truck went for a couple of rolls in the ditch. December 7th, at 5215 State Highway 42 for a structure fire, mutual aid to Sturgeon Bay. This is north of Sturgeon Bay, almost near Carlsville, provided a tender. In his notes, the training in December is a tour of S&S Ag Enterprises. There's so much changes going on in large farming nowadays that they're just trying to keep everybody up on what's happening over there. 2 of our officers were at the county-wide active shooter training that was held at the Justice Center last week, Wednesday. So they continue training for situations we all heard of, active shooters that just went on in the college and as we went overseas somewhere
I was hoping never see it in a.
last couple days. Australia, was it? They have a Jaws presentation, Jaws of Life presentation, January 6th from Homato. And TNT, these are battery operated tools.
Brands or something.
They're different brands, Homato and TNT are different brands, so having a demonstration by both.
How
Obviously,
do they run out?
they run off of hydraulics off the truck.
Oh,
So you gotta get the hoses and the truck has to be close enough.
Right,
So if it's downhill, it's become the problem.
and you would know that, battery operated tools have come such a long ways from what they were, years ago with your dads and grandpas.
right, they never had a check, yeah.
But they never had the charge, there was no home film, but then, everything nowadays is very, very powerful.
is the intent that you're gonna purchase one? of
I
those?
would assume that would maybe I shouldn't really say maybe next year's fireman's picnic, fundraising. Possibly. And Kayla Popor is moving out of the village of Forestville. She has decided to step down as an EMR. And the firefighter picnic is July 25th, 2026. Christmas in July will be the theme. In all other matters authorized by law, I gave an update on the new fire numbers that we had Jeb here last month. I gave an update to the fire department on, what the status is of the fire numbers. We had no new news from the Milwaukee attorney that I brought up last month. We had that Milwaukee attorney calling, looking for information of the accident over here on Mill Road and County H. We have not heard anything back. No response back at all, so, which is a good thing. We had Paul Collins and Billy B from Overhead Solutions. We're still looking at options for roof.
I had them do roof
Coverings.
coverings, they did a very nice job.
Overhead Solutions, this is a more of a rubber type roof that, there's a little bit of insulation boards put in between the ridges. And then, plywood, Blindex over the top, and then rubber roof over the top. And the reason I was asking about the CD, we're kind of maybe thinking of asking the towns for some money to support this project. Overhead Solutions was 51,900, so almost 52,000. And where the other company that we had last month was like 54,000. So possibly looking for some money back, even though Chairman, Clayton's chairman,
Mr. Myers,
Mr. Myron Johnson, Chairman Johnson, he says, we should maybe take a note, like a 20-year note out on this project and finance it. It's like, we have this money earmarked for the fire department, so that's all in escrow. Well, we'll just talk more. It's not imminent that we're obviously not gonna do it during winter time. So,
well, we'll give you a good time to investigate it and.
right, get to take our time on it, so. In our items for future discussion, we asked Chief to put together possible, wages. We do a yearly wage review. So next month, we might be discussing some wages going on. And in the correspondence section, we got a letter from Rural Insurance. We're getting a new agent. The town probably got
We got the same,
the
yeah,
town, right?
Jason is,
Jason Scheffler is stepping down and Max Destry will be taking his place.
I thought it was Andrew, but yeah.
No, Destry. So. That's it.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Maplewood Sanitary District, did we? have any?
Nothing, no updates.
Okay.
Manager.
Item number 10. Appoint election inspections for the 26-27 term, Monica Nelson, Diane Slivka, Ellen, I don't even,
Lemonade.
okay.
Right, that's it.
Pat Burnett, Dawn Lardnoise, Linda Young, Bailey Clawhotch, Emily Gillett, Ruth Kirscher, Kathy Schley, Paula Raput,
Apple, I guess.
and George
Winnet.
Matt,
Clement,
George, we met.
okay? And I'm assuming you had received the paperwork for the Democratic Party, okay? Yeah,
Did you receive that?
yes, I did.
Yeah,
I don't know if the other board members want to see that, but
and they're part of our,
they're in on this list, correct?
yeah.
Okay.
And usually I have those two work part of them.
Yeah.
So are you looking for a motion to accept this is what
Yes.
we're looking to do?
Yeah.
Also,
The term is from January 1st of 2026 to December 31st of 2027, so it's a 2-year term.
Okay. So I would need a motion.
Yeah, I will second that.
All right, So Lauren has made a motion to accept the names as presented on the agenda. And I have a second from David. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, that will carry. All right, cemetery report. Larry, I see you had your picture up of the beautiful display that group had sent out. Looked very nice.
And they, I moved that ceremony yesterday in the afternoon. After it was originally scheduled for Saturday, moved to Sunday. And they are going to keep those wreaths out there at the cemetery for 30 days. They then will be removing them prior to our cleanup. And the only thing we do there's 8 stakes to hold the wreaths. If they can get them out of the ground, they'll remove them then. Otherwise, we'll have to get them out when it's thawed, you know. So it was that was 15-20 people. It was well done. And I took the picture and put it on the website on the cemetery page, just to show what's going on for the cemetery. We also had a funeral for Sandy Carnes, and that was an effort, to say the least. But Forbes did handle that, and had Weiss take the snow brush and clear the path so they could get the hearse close to the opening. I was up there for that on Friday. And we also had another contact from the same individual who had previously contacted me about an Angie Schmeiding looking at a plot. So that is not yet manifested itself in a sale, but it's gonna come, I think. And I'll get Dr. Mark Forbes, we'll get the perpetual therapy for Sandy Carnes Prairie. But
That funeral was the 12th on Friday?
Yeah.
I missed hearing about it.
so
It's too bad.
that's
Thank you.
all I have to report from the cemetery.
All right. Thank you. Broadband update.
If we see something by the end of the year, I'm gonna be surprised. That's all I can say. Okay, I will be in touch with the representative from Brightspeed, because they got the bigger chunk of awards in the town. But that would wait until it's actually been approved at the federal level, and that won't happen until, I'm guessing that's not gonna happen till the end of the month period. So,
And this month, you said, or year?
December. This year, the end of the year, the end of the month.
Oh, yeah, this year.
Yeah, the feds have until December 31st.
Not 2026, 29.
Yeah, they have till the end of 2025 to get that award information approval, what was recommended by the Wisconsin Broadband Office. And they have until the 31st. So it's you want the only thing until then.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, Governor website.
A lot of little changes on the website as we went along, updating some things. There was a notice sent to me from Tom Webb. Our workspace is adjusting our email service effective December the 9th. So it's already occurred. And there'll be new pricing on the renewal, and there is moving our email with the email archiving, which we pay $252. We pay right now $216 per user receipt. And it's going to be increasing to $252 per address. The change will be reflected on our next invoice, so it'll be in September. So it's just a change. They
The host, you mean the hosting of
the
the website?
well, it's the servers that provide us our email, our archiving, and any Google functions that we have, and that's with our brand new email. So it's just just, I guess the way business goes with it. There's one other area on our website that is a challenge. You may have noticed it, and I think you probably see it when you're looking at, permitting, highway, driveway access or manure line, those types of permits. You always see this little block and it says location map will be coming soon. It says, what it basically says is an improved map is coming back soon. And then there's a blank box. So I asked for them, and I asked them the question, is coming back? When is it coming back? I got an answer. This is something we're working for, and it'll be added in the third quarter of 2026. So, first 9 months.
Not coming back soon.
They ain't coming back soon, but that's their definition of soon.
All right, well, yeah.
So when we do the right of way, like for public service, there's 2 boxes there that are asterisk, so you gotta put something in there. And it says town of Forestville. Town of Forestville. Well, what is that even for?
I'm not sure.
You mean that's what's in the box?
Correct.
Already, it's already populated in it.
Correct.
So what are you supposed to change?
That's it.
Well, I just put not applicable, or the first one, right, you could just put, cause you could put their addresses above that box.
Yeah,
So if it's on that permit, I put the address, if I had a parcel number, cause there's a parcel number one, well, most of the time I don't have a parcel number, so I just put not applicable,
right.
right? And now I got 2 boxes that say town of Forestville, and then the next box is, well, why are you approving the permit? I'm thinking, that's just a goofy question. Well, why am I approving it? Because they met all the, but why do I have 2?
Do you have to put something in there, or you can leave it?
I think the purpose of that, and I don't know until I look into it further, but I believe the purpose of that is there are 2 different entities that are processing that. One is Town Web, which processes it, that's then passed over to HayGov, which is where the payment goes, or we deduct it from the escrow.
Yeah.
Whatever the case is. And I think because we have 2 different individual entities, even though I've made sure all was in one pot, billed one way, it's the same guy who runs both companies. But I think that has to do with the fact that there are 2 entities that are running pieces of it.
Okay.
That's as far as I can
Well, I
tell.
mean, it's no big deal. I like to either put NA or I put yes.
Yeah,
Town of Forestville? Yes. Town of Forestville? Yes.
yes.
That works, right?
Yeah, well, I can't,
You
so
can't-
what I do is I issue their permits, just theirs, because they haven't physically paid online, right? There's no way for me to tell it
Right,
they're paid. So then I do my stuff, I hand it over to Teresa, here's the permit number, here's the whatever thingy, and here's what you're gonna take out of escrow. And she keeps a little track
Right.
sheet of this thing and turns that into public service, and they okay all that, and
right.
we get paid. All we care is that we receive funds, which we already have in our hand, but there is no other way than me
Right.
going on that message. And then I send them another email, Pete, permit number for application number, whatever is this number. And you are approved to go ahead with your project or whatever the case may be, and I send that in the email. And they've been accepting that, meaning the office
Yes.
of Wisconsin Public Service, because they're really particular on things. As, okay, we understand that this is the permit.
Right. And that was a question that I had originally raised a few months back. Because when we started doing that escrow account with public service and or We Energy or whatever it is, we then got it back through the permitting, the Thomas, the guy who sets up the permit form with me. Basically, he said, we're probably the only ones that have set up an escrow and get paid out of escrow, and they don't even know how to begin to do that. And he says, that's gonna be a development project. I said, don't do it. It's the only one we've got.
It's working just fine.
It's working just fine. Let's just leave well enough alone.
Right,
So if I try to get it fixed.
right, you might cause other
Right,
problems.
first. I don't want to do that.
Working good, so let's just.
Yeah.
leave it as they're playing.
Just communicate back and they're
Yeah.
getting their permits, they're happy, they get them right away, so it's fine.
There was another permit requested this afternoon.
Yeah, it's all done right.
It's okay, and you've gotten dog.
Yeah, got that,
That was my question then.
yeah.
When I see a dog thing, I don't have to mess with that at all. That comes on
Yeah.
this end of the
Yeah, yeah.
And you have driveway permits, that's still just you, I'm so.
driveway and the right of way, yeah.
And underground permitting,
Right.
yeah, those sorts of things. You take care of those, you take care of the dog license and you take care of the rental of the hall and the money.
Yeah.
So, you know, they're all working and they're working well. And we had something like this past year, almost $40,000 came in through those fees that showed up on the site. And that's outside of the escrow system. That's a separate piece of.
Right.
Other than that, that's all I got.
All right, perfect. Item number 14, correspondence. Did you have any?
I just had what Lauren had with.
Okay,
But-
Mutual insurance, so.
so I had a correspondence from the Technology Service Director of Door County. Reaching out, and he realizes that Clay Banks is not our district.
Right.
What they're looking for is a place to put their tower, and he sent me some maps on what they're trying to do. So what they're trying to do, and they haven't gotten a lot of response from Clay Banks, but he's like, I'm asking you guys because you know people in the community, maybe if we can just get a chance to knock on somebody's door or get a meeting set up, we could talk to them. They're looking for 100 by 100 pad.
This is in Claybank still.
It's in Clay Banks, right? But, right, people know people, and here's the landowners, they're talking 100 by 100 square feet, which is goofy. Because they have a tower right now, and it will meet the county requirement of the 95% coverage. He says these people will not have any coverage yet. Our antenna will not meet that. They're the ones who have been calling and asking, because we don't have fire service or rescue service, we don't have cell reset, we don't have nothing. Okay, we need to put an antenna down here. Right? Which we'll take care of and pay for, and we'll even pay you for the 100 by 100 piece of property. But they're looking, if we know the owners personally or somebody in these areas, right, this is the oversight.
Right.
That we could set something up. He says, if we don't get it,
There's no.
they're out. We're gonna be covered on our antenna already to begin with, but they're not gonna have any coverage. But as a county, they're really trying to get to that 100%.
Right.
Covering everybody, so
Well, why?
he's like, well, it's your fire department. You're kind of part of this.
I'm just missing why Claybanks isn't handling this. Did you said?
Has Clay Banks, I think, has somebody who's involved in internet, and they maybe don't agree with the system that they're putting in play or the system that's going on, but I don't know that that really matters, because this is the system that's going in.
Right.
You're not gonna go through years and thousands of dollars and change the system. It's not gonna happen.
But we have no authority with this. It's more
No,
just
no, all-
asking somebody.
Correct. So let's just hypothetically say
They
Lauren
approach. you.
or Essex, yes, and asked, hey, as being community members and people knowing people, these are the pieces of property that we think in this stretch would be advantageous to help us. If there's any way that you know anybody who owns these properties that would be able to
Does
talk.
Clay Banks have a tower ordinance though?
It don't matter because the county
The
zoning,
county would
the county
supersede that.
zoning has made a special ordinance because this is for
Oh,
fire and rescue type intent.
Okay.
That's why it's 100 by 100, or else it's this, you gotta have acreage, you gotta have all this stuff.
Okay.
But because this is for public safety, the rules have been already done and gone through zoning and everybody else. Okay, so,
The township can't say no,
correct,
basically.
correct. If the owners say, and that's what they're asking for.
And
Can you, if you know somebody,
just to
Can
ease
I-
a conversation. is
yes,
that basically-
yes, can
So how do
you
we
just
know?
get us in the door?
Right, so are you getting us copies of these maps, or
We
how do I
can.
know who the people are?
Well, I mean, you're in this section, I mean, like I said, I can send this to all of you.
Well, I mean,
Um,
just, 'cause I don't know how.
Or names.
You know, or not.
Well, we'd have to look the names up, but
Right.
that's the whole thing of that. Cause I would think these people would, you're the ones that are having the problem.
Right, right, I guess I'm missing kind of that connection, but whatever, I don't mind helping,
There's
it's
a,
just,
there's a lot of that.
but either way, this is trying to get the foot in the door of somebody who has that property that can.
Correct.
That can give this 100 by 100 foot space.
Well, they're
It's
willing
not
to
gonna
buy
be any
it.
one of these little houses down here.
They're willing to buy it. That's not the case.
Right.
There is no giving involved here. We're willing to pay for the property. I just gotta have somebody who's willing within this area.
So you got all those people that want
Correct, somebody.
service, but not on my land.
Not in my backyard, it's
That's all right.
you know, it's the nip.
So it is what it is.
But either way, so if we, I mean, I don't know if I can contact anybody, because I don't know the area, so do we get a?
Yeah, well,
copy
you're
of
on,
this, or-
you're on, yeah, I can get you guys a copy. I mean, I could just send it to Teresa.
Why don't you do that,
whatever.
just because then I can see if I know somebody, I can ask them.
Right, and that's what they're asking for. You know, if you guys
I
know,
got some names.
right, if you know who these people are and can you get us in the door or, hey, you know what, we're not opposed to this type of thing. And just get the conversation started.
Yeah, sure, and who's the conversation person again, I mean, is what company you said?
It's not a company, this is the county itself.
Why?
So
That's
this,
just that they won't, that they can't do this, but okay.
it's, well, because when you call,
Oh, I know Jason Rauer.
right, but normally, do you know how many phone calls and texts I get? I wanna buy some of your property. Okay. And there's basically, we're not even talking to you.
Right.
Right? You can't even get past any of that, and that's basically where they're sitting.
That's strange that they're coming out, okay.
And so what they're looking for is hopefully somebody would have an in with somebody and, you know, yeah, I'm not opposed to this, right? You know, we could at least talk about
We can get some names.
So, yeah, maybe just get a copy of those. And so maybe they got some labor.
it. Yes, they are. They went to their board first and they're not
Yeah, I don't
getting
understand.
a lot of love there. Again, because I think one of them is thinking that you should have a different system and whatever else, and therefore you're kind of tainting that pool. Well, the bottom line is this is the system whether you like it or not. So get on board or get nothing.
This got to be in place by 2028.
Yeah, so, and again, the county is saying,
Right.
our antenna is already gonna cover us for the federal side of things. We're covered.
It's just.
We
a small
really
area
want the
that
people to
can't-
have 100% coverage instead of 95%, and if, this is a one-time deal, if we can find somebody to do that, we're gonna get this antenna up and we're gonna do that. But if we can't get anybody to come on board, you're up. You're up. So, you know, you're not gonna hold up the rest of the county, so they've been, I guess, been making great progress on the rest of the areas up north, which is like really, this is the sticky spot right here. So they're looking for any help we could give.
Yeah.
They're just reaching out, hey,
It just seems
if you
strange
can,
that
great,
the
if you can't.
neighboring township and that Playbase won't do it, but that's another can of worms, I don't understand that.
Do you just want Ford help or do you want help from the?
Anybody, so
Okay.
yes, if, right, because people know people, right? I mean, the whole thing is like, hey, this is a
Yeah,
good
I
thing,
have,
Uncle Bob, or,
People in mind already that have some property.
Yeah, I think it's gonna see.
right, and that's, because you're talking 100 foot by 100 foot. They're willing to pay for it, and all they're asking for, all Jason is at, or Door County is asking for. Are they open to it, and can you get us a chance to sit down at the table?
Yeah.
We just talk,
Yeah.
right? Because if we can't talk, we can't
Yeah,
get
I
anything
spoke
done.
to Jason Rauer about that. That's why I didn't know if that was something that was just gonna get bored thing or if you guys want.
No, anybody who's willing to help,
All right.
we'll, you know,
That you can send the
So-
cover letter and the maps
yes.
to us. I
Yeah,
know some
so
people.
I'll fire this email back over to you, I'll forward it to you.
With the cover letter.
And then, you know, Jason and even Larry, anybody who's looking at this meeting who knows anybody. Cause it's advantageous to
Yeah.
all of us, to be honest with you. So
Everybody's in that.
And here's the thing. Is they could probably put other things on that tower. And have better reception
For other stuff too. Yeah.
for phone and different things if you,
Internet.
everything. Right? So this is key to their whole, it's like,
Well,
well,
don't take it further. Putting in their.
No,
I don't know who was doing that.
Anyway, they voted their monies to that.
Correct, they're willing to pay for that.
100% without any federal funds.
Yeah, that's why they're got all
Right,
the orange pipe in already and
yep,
they're moving forward with that, but either way.
well,
All right, so that's what I had on as far as correspondence.
I gave a check to Vita
Mhm.
from the fire department. Either you get that check written back to, well, I got the note on there, we're writing it out to either back to me or to Rich Olson,
Okay,
whatever.
okay.
I know you have my address, but I'm not sure about
Yeah.
if you have Rich's address or not, or.
It's in the system, so whatever address we had in there, it's either user Rich's, which is.
The check's gonna be made out to the
USB.
financial.
Whatever.
it's in the-
Yeah,
Financial.
yeah, it's in the system, is that,
Yeah.
under.
Then
whoever's
you
address
need
is
to go back to
what.
Rich Olson, you've got,
Yeah. Yeah.
eventually,
Yeah.
so either give it to me or I'll give it to him, or send it right to him.
Yeah,
So
we'll
we'll
probably
do
do
that.
that in January.
Mid-January, then,
Yeah.
He wants to submit it by mid-January.
oh, so we need to do it the first part of January.
First part of January.
So does that
So
need
do
to
we-
be on the bills
yes,
to be paid
yes,
approval today?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, for,
Okay,
so,
we'll remember that as we get to that point.
There was also this, the correspondence that from Pam Thornton about the signage on the trail. And Larry, I was gonna ask you, you'd said you contacted the website provider to add all board members, because we didn't get this. I don't see any of these as a board member.
to see what.
The letter about the signage from the trail, from coming from the Anapee to the part the new trail put in.
She's not heard anything back.
but no one's thought.
No, I'm saying, I'm gonna bring that up right now in all correspondence, we'll talk about that, but I'm addressing first the top of the email that I received from you and the town board members received that. Contacted the website provider to add all board members as recipients. Are we gonna get those in the future now, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing that we, I think I talked to Jan about that too.
Right,
When I sent that out, to make sure it was working.
right. Did we all get this one then?
You got it, I sent it to you.
Okay, but so now do we need to, right, as a correspondence then, now addressing the correspondence that I don't know that we addressed, or did we address that with the connection to the trail and
Well,
signage with
her questions are all in that
Right.
email she submitted. And her concern was before the snow came,
Right,
went a little late, it came early.
but do we need to address this though, that there's no signage specifying use of the path? With winter coming, likelihood of snow, obviously that's already occurred,
Her concern was that this
the impact of traffic.
parking lot for snowmobilers and they wear our trail.
I contacted Rob Tess,
Okay,
the president of the Door Drifters Snowball Club, talked to him personally, and I asked him if he had some signage or a barricade that he could put up at the entrance to our new trail. And he wasn't even aware the trail was even there, but he said, yes, he will get up some sawhorses, some signs, some signage to, not limit access at all
for any snow.
for any snow machine.
So so is our expectation, do we need to go further and put a sign up saying snowmobiles cannot come in?
Well, that's our.
Yeah, you'll
I
put
mean,
a
the
sign that
barricade-
has a
I mean,
snowmobile.
the barricade's
cross
there, so there would be that, okay,
They'll do that.
and that's.
It should have been taken care of last,
Okay.
the Door Drifters, the Snow Club will do that,
Then the
have
next
some
time-
kind, have some kind of signage
Okay.
up at the new trail.
Yeah, shoes.
No snowmobiles, and they will not maintain it, they will not groom it or anything, so we were afraid of, I told him, I said, we were afraid of our parking lot getting all tracked up with snowmobile
Right.
skis.
Right,
Yeah,
that was her concern.
So is that, I mean, does that address it? I mean, it sounds like that's,
It should,
Make it-
it sounds like it was, should have been taken care of last week. Should,
Not to say that nobody's gonna do it, but
right?
it's there,
Well,
I mean, it's
yeah.
what you have, you know.
So somebody should really just formulate a response to Pam. And tell her that the snowmobile club is going to put no access, put a, not, whatever.
You want to take care of that, David? Yeah, I'm happy to take care of it. I just want to make sure that, circling back to my original question about, so the website problem and missed contact form content, that now is fixed. So we will all in the future.
from our
get-
understanding, yes.
In the future.
So we would all get, if Pam or Joe Blow sends an email, we all get a copy of it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I,
And
So
then,
how do we know if somebody responded? You don't need 16 responses.
so I'll do this one. I'm
You
fine.
know what I mean? I mean, it's,
well, who?
Respond to all, right? And we'll go back to everybody if you know that somebody responded.
That could be.
Only if you include them on your response. There is no form in the network or on our website to respond to that.
you see what I'm
is,
saying? Cause it's like,
it
oh,
comes in,
No, right,
Then
makes sense.
there should be a response, or you should just set up a policy or something that says these types of responses will be, generated by the clerk, the chair, the supervisor, whomever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to do this one, but yeah, that in the future, like whoever reads it first, maybe can respond.
You really had to discuss it though at the board. level.
This-
well, in most of these things, that's the thing. You're gonna have to discuss it before you can even give them
So
an
that's
answer.
So that's how you're gonna know. I
And then
guess.
it's, you can decide, I'll do this one and next time whoever. Okay, fair
I
enough.
think that's probably the best way to say it.
Yeah, good.
So basically, we would just respond back of, we'll bring it up at the next board meeting.
Correct. And then you'll need someone to
That's
say,
good.
I'll respond back to her.
And
Or
I'll,
the submitter.
and I will do that this time.
That's the easiest way to do it.
Is it Door Drifters Snowmobile Club? Is that a tradition?
Yep. Or trigger snowmobile, they have the trail.
All right.
Sure.
Any other correspondence? Road and road work. We got a paper back from the state. Which Lisa had given us. So this 26 financial calculation summary is $133,578.70. Which I believe is what we are going to receive for financial aid for transportation. 133,578.70. And apparently they send them on, what, 4 different payments, huh?
Mhm.
January, April, July, and October. The application for the ARIP has been sent in.
That's what I was gonna ask.
That is, we have no idea.
So
So
March, April or something, I heard it's, is that when you hear about it or?
I think it's like broadband.
I remember reading somewhere that it said response or the decision might be made in March or April.
So somewhere in that vicinity, the next one, which is the 50%, because this one is the 90%. The next one is the 50%, which Skylar is working on.
Or the
is-
same project. I mean,
Well, that one is the one, what road is by you guys?
Maplewood.
Maplewood Road. That's the one where we looked at Maplewood Road coming down,
Right.
basically right to the corner of your house. That's a 50% funding. But that is what is today, the 15th, so January 15th, that one is due, so he'll have it in for, they
Meaning
basically.
we get we hear about it then? or
The application.
The application is due. Gotcha.
Yeah. So he'll have it in at that point in time.
Is that a true?
Yes,
Yeah.
that one's a trip. Yeah. We've already received the small amount of a trade where, that was the last one that we had gotten. Which is, I think we're getting the 28. Somewhere.
18,000?
No, that's coming. So once we pay this bill, I need a copy of our minutes and a copy of the stuff.
This is Thad.
This is for that.
Thad called me on that.
Okay,
Yes, I mean
But-
the MCC or whatever bill or MMC or
Oh, I got
whatever
that.
that was.
yeah, well, that would have to come from,
Northeast Asphalt too.
Yep, I need that one too.
Yeah.
And then you need the minutes that where it was approved, where they have approved that they could apply or get
Oh,
this.
yeah,
that was way in the beginning, right?
yeah, we did that.
Yeah, we need
A
that.
long time ago, right, you gotta do that before
Yeah,
the
gotta
work
get
can even
this
go,
done.
yes.
Yes, he needs all that before they even.
Can you just forward that to me now and take care of it?
He just called me
Oh,
on the phone.
Yeah, this is, you see, yes.
And my little note, I don't know where my little note went,
minutes.
cause I was in the middle of the meeting when he called.
So that was for the he's looking for the minutes of the approval of
Yep.
the road itself. you know,
Yes.
that When we granted,
That we approved the grant.
you
Yeah.
know, of
Or whatever,
the
that-
contract.
Yeah, yeah. I remember that.
Okay,
And then.
MCC.
the paid bills, and you gotta have,
The check,
County-
yeah, you can have check.
and the
Yep,
county
county
check as
check.
well,
Yep.
at least that,
For
Yep.
East Center Road.
because I am assuming that this is the end of it.
Yeah, the 77,000.
Yeah, I was, yeah,
That was October, so I don't know, are they gonna invoice us for November?
I don't know, I guess it's maybe something we should call and ask, like, who does that?
Well, I called that, and he's like, well, they're pretty quick on all that stuff, I would have thought you would have had that, I'm thinking, I'm not really sure you.
I know what's going
I don't think you're thinking of the same people.
I swore I gave them the minutes.
So,
Again.
anyway, then as soon as we submit that, you'll get us the 18,000 back on that.
Okay, yep.
Let me, I have to give them the canceled checks, so if we,
Oh, you should have them too.
Okay,
But, yeah.
I mean, I from the bank saying that.
Well, quick circle back to that.
Yeah, let's see
I
about.
don't hear, because the intent was to maybe start that second part of next year.
possibly based off of, well, what'll happen now, okay?
I mean, if that gets
This is
approved.
this is for 6
That's
point,
There's only three, right?
Yeah, county MC.
this is for 6.05 miles. Okay, so what we asked for was to go up to the house over here, which would be
Babel.
Babel, the edge of his property, blacktop, you gotta make it 22 feet wide, so there's gonna be some widening there. Okay? To go toward the dead end. The same type of a process to the last house that's there, not the one on the very dead end. But I think it's blacktop up to her house anyway.
Past that, it's right up, I think it's black, isn't it black up to the woods?
Well, we're gonna go at least as far as the blacktop is at a
So you're
minimum.
talking mill. To
This one is, your road
Old
is,
Elm.
Or is this old, oh, this is the old Elm.
right,
Gotcha.
well, because we first looked at,
Cause it's not 6.5, it's not 6 miles on Old Elm, you're talking the total is 6.05.
correct,
Right, so,
okay?
gotcha.
So we looked at going the whole way, but it was gonna be pretty expensive. We own the right of way right now, but it's only like a 15-foot wide.
Right.
Well, we gotta make it 22 with 2 feet on each side beyond that.
Right.
So now we're building another half of that road. It's gonna get pretty expensive for gravel end. And we're thinking that that is not advantageous and they might feel that's a waste of money for servicing a couple of fields on the dead end. Not a good use of money. And I didn't wanna get denied. So we said, well, let's at least get up to the houses. You know, and where we were, and then, go the whole road like we talked about, the other 2 roads.
It's to the,
Yeah. So I mean, it's only 2.755 million that we're looking for.
2.7. Well, is that the 90% or that's the total amount?
That's the total amount.
Okay, so it'd be 90% of that.
Correct.
Oh, he got back to you on the number?
How this works. That's his number right now, right? So this is the architect's number. To build this building is 5 million. Okay, now you gotta go out to bid. If they accept this. If they say, yeah, we're willing to give you 90% of that, now we're going out to bid. Now Skylar's gonna send it out for bid and whoever's gonna bid on it is gonna bid on it, and then we'll have a bid opening. before that, we'll go down the road with Skylar or whatever and just make sure that we're getting what we wanna get. And I asked to have some widening, like a turn lane at the farm. That's, I asked to have that done. So that's at least in there, whether we do it or not.
Kind of like down by Ebert, so.
Correct. Correct, that those semis can pull off that
Yeah.
road.
Not
because
quite,
there's
not
so
quite that
many
extensive.
semis, right,
Yeah.
There's
Right.
something
right.
like that on Stone Road, don't you?
Right.
Is there something?
So I mean, that was one thing I asked for, so he put that in there,
It's like a third extra.
just because I think it's a better for everybody.
Sure.
Trucks pulling off and the people coming down and then on the next farm is there, there's just a lot of traffic on it.
That's in the.
One you have.
So we'll see how it all plays out, but,
Oh, actually.
I think I'm going to make them, we have one conversation, we talk over each other.
Gotcha.
so anyway. That's all in, we'll see how it all plays out.
Okay,
If they give us the money, then we go to the bidding stage, then we go to the opening stage,
all right.
and then there will be scheduling stage at that point.
And we're hoping it's this April.
We're hoping.
Right. What does that? What does that do for setting it up if it's if it's B, class B now for spring and getting trucks on there and stuff?
Well, you still can't stop. Legally, we cannot stop the farms that are being serviced, because that's their livelihood, that is what you're stopping is another farmer from coming down that road that isn't on that road servicing his property.
No.
Do you know what I'm getting at?
Right, I just
So
wanna
if
make sure.
Eberts wants to run a truck to run this route, because this is just the way we wanna go, absolutely not. You can't do
And
that.
that's, you're still gonna have access.
They have to, we
Well,
cannot
right,
stop
right,
it.
just gotta be careful, because if that's class B, all of a sudden, and then.
Yep.
And then this doesn't go through, well, then they're out of luck, but that's not the case.
That's not the case, and at that point in time, then
Right,
we would look at doing something.
right, no, I get you, I just want to make sure from a town's standpoint that it doesn't restrict that.
Yep. So hopefully that all plays out and we get what we were after, and that would be pretty awesome.
Good.
I did call Terry and he's like, well, we'll see how the numbers all come out or whatever. Cause they have 300 feet.
Did you tell him that we
Yeah.
diverted his semis, from out of town? Did you play that
So-
trump card?
We checked the box of co-applicant, just to cover our bases there.
Okay.
And we'll go from there. So. Road work right away, again, that is something I think we're gonna wanna look at here as broadband gets a little bit closer.
We know who we're dealing with.
Right, right. So that's about all I have for road work and right of way stuff. Other than any other problems as far as snow plowing and things of that nature, I think everything seems to be going okay, huh?
I haven't understand. I mean, there's been some, just piles up on the road, corners and stuff, like an S and Simone, I've noticed that it's, there's a few miles, but it hasn't really been a problem other than,
Well, at some point they'll start showing.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, when the plows come one way and then they leave that pile and someone's coming off the highway, and was a little concerned, but.
okay. Payment of bills. We all seen the bills. Does anybody have any questions on those bills that were checks written out to? I do know we need to add, what are you looking to add?
And then to the Visa, the streetlights, well, the streetlights are automatic, or auto, I don't know, if you have to do something with that. And then getting this check back to the fire department.
Okay. So. How do you wanna word that?
So I would just say paying the bill, okay, to pay the bills, including the Visa. The Visa bill, the streetlights and the.
Fire department check. Okay,
What's that for?
Low sand,
Oh, Sam, what's that? Yeah.
IRA,
Okay,
whatever,
right,
retirement.
all right. I will need a motion from one of you if you're good with that.
yep, I moved to pay the bills as we looked at, with the changes you just stated.
I'll second.
All right, I have a motion from David to pay the bills as presented. And the fire department and the other two, which one was this?
Visa,
The Visa and the lights. And I got a second from Lauren, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, that will carry.
I might comment up next. Somewhere along the way, the IRS will announce what the mileage rate will be next year. They have not announced it yet, but they're estimating it's gonna be between 1 and 2 cents more. On the reimbursement rate for mileage. And once I get that information off, then I'll just send it out to you. I did that last year, I believe.
Yeah.
Just probably where that'll be coming, but the IRS isn't moving quite that quick. We've got 2 more weeks, why worry? Yeah.
We get that with the broadband.
No different.
Discussion and items intended for further future meetings.
I thought of just, do we want to look forward in a public meeting regarding the reassessments, for the 27 tax year? Is my understanding they'll be done next year for the 2027 tax year, right?
I believe so, yeah.
So do we want to get ahead of the game and, and at some point before they come out, just make it available, a discussion about that and the fact that they will.
I think our assessor will set up meetings for us.
Yeah.
He'll do
You
that.
will set those up?
Yeah, he'll set up meetings and he'll be on site to explain it.
Okay,
They'll
yeah.
send out mailings. I think once we get together with him and see when he's gonna come do it.
Okay,
And when.
so that's not on us to do.
Right,
No,
because we have nothing to say about
Right, right. I just didn't know if we want to be
it
proactive.
legally.
no, we wanna wait till he sits down with us, has our meeting, and decides when he's gonna do it, and then he'll let us know.
Because I'm just projecting that some people obviously will be very surprised and
Right,
we want to
right.
get ahead of that, but
Yeah,
we
but
have to wait.
he'll-
Gotcha.
He'll set that tone.
Okay, good. No, it's-
Well, yeah, I don't know how, everybody got a tax bill,
Right.
so how many of those envelopes you get?
11.
So you got 11 notices that we're gonna be assessing you this year,
I didn't open mine.
so I'm just telling you, pretty much right there.
Yeah, no, and that was good in the.
But it's in the letter.
It's in the letter, now whether the people read it or not, the same thing with the tree thing and you've got 2 weeks once we notify or whatever, all of that's in there, so I think it was.
In there, we also say that our meetings are live on YouTube and they're not. They're live on Zoom,
Zoom.
but then they can see the archive. on
The archive.
oh,
But, whatever.
But just back with the tax thing, just to preempt any concerns, but I appreciate that if it's gonna be done through the assessor.
I got multiple
Yes,
of these.
definitely.
A lot of orange paper.
Well,
That I saw.
Yeah.
and as far as the tax stuff goes, that is very particular on how they want that stuff pretty much done.
Yeah.
There's a process,
Oh, yeah.
and that's what you're gonna follow.
The department.
No, you mean with the meeting, right?
All of it, the whole procedure on how this is gonna work.
That's all.
That is nothing that we need to create a wheel on,
Okay.
unfortunately, so. They're, that's what they do. I think at some point, what was the plan as far as,
A town comprehensive plan. I think if I'm gonna interject at this point that, right now the zoning commission only has myself and Monica, and I know Monica's been on it for years. It would be really nice to draw in some involvement of more people from our community, and I think a project like, let's do a town comprehensive plan we might draw some involvement of other people to get involved in the local government who want to have some input on that. We are covered under the Dole County Overall Comprehensive Farmland Preservation Plan.
Right.
But I just think it'll be that many things like this, and there are different like WIDA loans and grants that can be given that require the municipality to have its own comprehensive, recent updated comprehensive plan. The county plan does not help, so.
Yeah.
Right now, I don't know that we have any buildings that would qualify for those, like if. The
Old
bar on the
Richards or-
corner was still a bar, they could get funds to revitalize the upstairs or things like that. So there are businesses, there's loans available, they all require a local municipality to have a current comprehensive plan.
So there's benefits to that.
Well, and we would need it if we did want to just have the town zoning and to get off that county in the future. You need your own comprehensive plan. I mean, so that's,
Yeah.
it's not bad to have it regardless, but.
Right, there's benefits to have.
Yes,
Right.
yes, because the RPC does ask when anybody would even, like, the county level, like, you know,
Right.
with your comprehensive. Plan. So, and with AI, these days, I think it'll be easy to create our own without incurring a lot of expense. So,
Okay,
as far as formatting. things.
Well, yeah, easy is the.
Easy is relative.
Right, but the formatting.
Formatting would be easy, yeah.
I was gonna just bring up something on a lighter note or just a more fun potential thing, just you know, I just kind of wanna. Maybe just once a month, I might be sitting here alone, or maybe there'll be 100 people, I doubt it, but I just have a little coffee in the morning or in the afternoon and switch it, you know. One month in the mornings, I don't know, spitballing 9 till 10 AM and the next month in the afternoons, 3 till 4 and just totally voluntary, just chat with, you know, meet the board, you know. Are you bored? Come meet the board or whatever. And it could be just me, it could be, you know, it could be all three of us, it could be, it's totally voluntary.
but if you do all three of us, you gotta call me.
No, no,
Only two of us, yeah,
Although-
two of you,
Right,
yeah.
no, okay, fair enough, but I'm willing to do that every month. I'm not asking for to switch around or whatever. It's just that if. You know, I didn't think about that because it was meant to be just chatting with the people, but we have to be that.
Yeah.
Strict, I mean, if you, okay, I get you.
Yeah.
So, okay, then it can only be one of us, so maybe it's just me, but. Just for a future meeting, just the wording or whatever, just basically put that on the website. Cause it's a total voluntary informal thing. Just, I'll put on a pot of coffee and sit here all alone. You know?
retirement must be.
Must be nice.
It's what, you can enjoy me. Thank you. I'll really bring donuts too. I got Reese's today.
I'm drinking coffee, one more cocktails in the evening. That might afternoon now.
I tell people on the travel, you can't drink all day if you don't start before noon, so. No, but is that something that we need? I mean, because it's just a voluntary, put it on the website, that's nothing that needs a motion, right? It's not a meeting, I just.
Not unless two of us are here.
Town hall, and
Yeah,
Okay,
make
then,
sure it's not busy.
right, well, no,
just
that's,
check the calendar.
well, I think what I wanna do is maybe then put it on the calendar every month at the same time, just so that people know.
Sure.
So I'll talk to you about that, I guess, but it could be that simple as me dealing with Teresa on the calendar with that, okay?
Perfect, yeah.
Let me just ask then that if you or if Lauren or Kevin then wants to come, I guess it can't be two of us. So if you want to come one day or whatever, I'm just spitballing, then you gotta let me know because I won't show up, right? So,
Well, that or you gotta let Teresa know and she's gotta
Yeah.
post it.
or then she can post it and just say
Yeah.
nothing changing. It's just two people are gonna be there too. Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so in February, we have a request for Door County Trails is announcing the start of a strategic master plan project. And Amanda Stuck is gonna come and present at our town board meeting in February, so,
Okay.
Okay, so you'll add that to the agenda for next.
for February. But
Oh, yeah, that's 2 months.
yeah, Door County Trails, yeah, fast.
Why not winter over?
Right, that's all I have.
I would assume in March, Southern Door will probably return.
Oh, yeah, I would think so.
With referendum, I would assume March,
Yes.
and they would, you know, just
Yes, I would think so.
eyeballing a very far future.
Kurt, that is, no, Kevin.
Yeah,
Kevin, what's that?
Clubs.
so,
I would assume before the April election.
I would think.
all right.
March.
The next town board meeting is January 19th, 2026 at 6:30 PM. Is there any problems with that? I don't think so, right?
Well, before we get switched, I did want to add that I appreciate meeting in here for people that come and there's more room. It's just easier for people to come and it's comfortable. So thank you for setting it up in here. Cool. Yeah, I think that meeting works.
So January 26th, huh?
What's
19th.
19th.
Sorry.
The 19th, right, the third?
Yes.
Good idea to put it.
Martin
on.
Luther King Jr., that's a holiday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good.
Everybody good? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that.
Yeah.
I don't know if school's out or anything.
All right.
I'm waiting.
It might be out that. The third, usually the third week of January, they get out, I don't know if it's Thursday, Friday, or if it's
It might be out.
Friday, Monday, or something like that, but.
So, yeah, so that's fine.
Just remember, because we always have snow.
Good idea.
Yeah.
January 19th, 16th.
You're ready to go. You're ready. Yeah, I'll be ready. No problem. I don't know what to do.
I'll make a motion to adjourn, our next item on the agenda.
Yes. All right, I have a motion from Lauren to adjourn and a second from David, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, meeting is adjourned.